Good dog. Howdy, I'm Jeepin Jason, that's my helper Pinto, and today on the AutoEdits Jeep, we are about to transform the very way I interact with this thing with a set of Bestop core doors. And we're going all in with a set of the Twill uppers. They're super high end. This is gonna change everything with how I interact with this Jeep. Check this out. Oh, and by the way, this is flip-flop rated upgrade, meaning everyone can do this and should. Let's find out how this stuff works. All right, so to get started, it's a pretty simple procedure to get the stock doors off. If you haven't already, you'll have a bolt right here that's a T50, Torx 50, and that you unscrew and that'll be on all four of the bottom of these door hinges. And there's actually a little spot in the back of the Jeep that you can store that stuff, and we'll do that in a second. But this is what's next. So window down, I'm gonna go ahead and push the mirror in like this. Here is the strap that keeps the door from swinging too far open, and then there's a little plug right here, and that comes out just like that. So unplug the electrical and undo the hook on the strap, and now I'm gonna just put that in my little pocket here for safekeeping for right now. Pinto, you're gonna help. And then this just lifts right off, and we're gonna set this, where are we gonna set this, Pinto? Okay. And then while we're here, I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go ahead and get the Bestop door in place. And this thing is quite a bit lighter for obvious reasons than the stock door. And you just slide that down into place like so. And we'll just make a quick visual. Now there's a quick check here on the door handle release here. You just want to give that a pull before you try to shut the door, because if this latch is down like that, then it'll just clank against this. So there you go. We're now ready to see. Oh, actually, I'm jumping the gun. This is so easy. I'm getting ahead of myself. There is a limit strap here, so you can actually put this on the stock hook so that way the door won't flip open and bang your fender or the front of your Jeep or damage the door. So now we should just be able to, do you feel that? You can't feel that. I can feel that. Can you hear that? All right, so that is kind of the indicator right there that we're in a kind of an upper level quality range, and that's why I went with the Bestop, is because this is the stuff. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but Bestop is the company that makes the factory uppers, and I have a comparison that we'll be able to show you guys, the Twill versus the factory, stock factory, and this kind of build quality right here is what I'm going for, and they're ready to go. So by the time you price out getting a set of bare metal doors, get them prepped in paint and get them on, and then you still don't have upper options. Like, just wait till we get to the next level of this. It's so cool. So there you go, boom, front's done. Let's go ahead and get this back one done. All right, and doing the back door is gonna be kind of similar. There's just a little, let's move this out of the way for now. There's a little trap door right here, and then a plug up here that will just kind of move the red tab out, the safety tab, and then unplug this. There we go. And then there's also down inside here a tab that is the safety catch down inside there. We're gonna leave that door open for now because the rear core door has a safety latch as well. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get this door off. All right, since this door is giving us a fight, I'm gonna go ahead and get a little persuasion under it and see if we can get a little gentle lift out of it. So we just want to give it some kind words of persuasion, like, you've been a good door, and you may go back. You know, I may still run these doors. That's part of the fun about this, doing this kit, is that I kind of love the front doors already. I can kind of see incorporating those into my everyday life, city Jeep or not. But having power windows in the back might be nice when I'm having Pinto back there. So that way I can adjust the windows for her. But we're going all in right now, so we need to get them off. Seem to have made a dent. There we go. Just needed a little help. Something tells me we'll need this for the other door. Okay, we lost Pinto already. It's just too hot out here for her. So now I'll give you guys a better view of this. Put the rear door on, and there it is. It is now seated all the way, and we do the same thing with the strap. We'll run that through here. You can see behind my big meat hook of a hand, we just get that strap all the way down into place, and that's not going anywhere. We put our little trap door back. Boom. All right, so now don't forget to release the tab, and then, wow, I expected a little bit more of a fight, but I guess when you're dealing with a company that makes stuff for the manufacturer, it's gonna fit pretty good. And so far, we are 100% on the holy mackerel scale. Insert maybe some stronger words there, but wow, look at that. Now you'll notice that I have the mirror on this already. Now I went ahead and went with that option. It's, in my opinion, way better to have. You could swap your stock mirrors onto these doors if you'd like to have that, but these aren't that expensive. They're manual mirrors. So think about this. If you're gonna swap over doors like on this Jeep, these were power mirrors, you'd have to change the wiring harness and do a lot of work. You just order a set of these replacement mirrors. They look very factory and they just bolt right on. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. All right, so we have the passenger door, and I'm gonna show you how you do the basic install of the replacement mirror here. So what you're gonna wanna do is flip this door over. This actually gives you a good chance to look at how quality the inside is and how cool. So you have basically a strap that is your pull handle, and then you have this as your door latch. Pretty simple stuff. And it's interesting how something so simple can feel so high quality. I like that. So basically what you want to do is get to the back of this panel here. So now you have to order the mirrors and these little cups here, and I'll show you why this comes in handy or is necessary for this install. So you take the Torx, the T10, we'll pull these 6 screws out of here. And this just covers this little panel here. All of your tender bits. So all you need to do, really, what I'm going to do is while I have this panel off, so you can see, just keep an eye on your pull strap and your handle latch here, and keep an eye on those. I'm gonna just put a dab of oil inside these little, this is just a cast aluminum housing. So this just gives me peace of mind that my screws won't gall up in here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna take a little bit of my toolbox buddy and lube my latch. All the moving stuff. And that way, that'll just stack the deck in our favor for having a little bit of lube in there. So now we'll take our cup, our mounting cup, and this just makes a spacer for in between the mirror that's gonna bolt to the outside here and this cover panel that we're about to install. So, and then we just put this back on, and here's where you need extra 3 sets of hands. So we're gonna just keep dibs on all your junk here. Okay, that's back in place. And this strap here, I'm gonna go ahead and locate these screws because they help locate and secure your door pull Sorry if I have a big, dumb, goofy smile on my face during this install, because it's not often that you have an install this easy that has such a dramatic and huge impact on your vehicle. And this is gonna be cool. Just wait till you see when we go for a drive what this is gonna be like. So now we don't tighten anything up yet. Let's get our mirror. Oh, hold on, let me get that from inside the Jeep. Oh yeah, I'll just reach right in over my half doors. So make sure that you have your mirror on left, right. Obviously, that's a pretty easy thing to do. And there's a couple of washers and a couple of screws. And what we'll do is you put your mirror in where it belongs, and then you'll see the holes line up here. And then you just start your screw. And again, don't get greedy here. Just line everything up, get everything in place, and then before you tighten everything, then we'll go through, line everything up. Like everything is feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna just give this a preliminary tighten. Double check everything looks good there. Now that feels good to me, so what we'll do is we'll just go back through. I'm gonna buzz these back down and tighten them up. Now these don't have to go that tight. Now I'm going to go back through. Just put a nice, you never want to tighten something gentle with an impact. So we'll just go through and just make sure everything feels good to our elbow torque meter. Okay, everything seems good. We're going to stand this up. Make sure the mirror's in the right spot, and we'll just finish tightening that down. And we'll just finish tightening this down to where it doesn't have to be that tight. It's just pulling everything snug. That looks pretty good. All right, let's go put this on the Jeep. All right, let's just bring our door into place. Uppers in place, bottoms in place. That went in pretty easy. Make sure that we do our release on the latch. I think we did that on the table. We'll put our hook on and in place. Everything looks good. Let's see. 4 for 4. I mean, you can hear, you gotta see that and hear that. This feels good. It feels quality. This is what I want. I don't want some rattly, janky door here. And look at this. Oh, I love it. All right, let's move on to the uppers. All right, so now it's time to install the uppers. Now I went with the Twill here, and there's a good reason. It's because it's the highest, and it's the classiest and the nicest option to go here. You're gonna see in a minute. We're gonna install these things. It's gonna take a few seconds, and that is because we put our stops in here. These are the little holders. I'm gonna go all the way across here. All right, let's start with this back one. Let's go ahead, put this in place. That's down. Huh, that seal's pretty tight. Okay, let's get this front one on. And that's just a matter of, gotta make sure that we get center pin in its little hole. That's down. That seems solid. Wow. Now that's it for the install. This is pretty remarkably easy. All levels, legit, all skill levels can do this. Now, here's an interesting thing. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm ever ordering a big ticket item for the Jeep, I kind of always like to talk to a human at the place that I'm ordering it from. And in this case, I talked to a guy named Lee over there at Bestop, and he's a real Jeeper, and we're actually now friends. I'm gonna catch up to him in Colorado next time. And so he knew I was gonna shoot a video, so I asked him a favor. I said, hey, can I get a set of the stock replacement upper panels here to show the difference of why I'm going with the Twill uppers here. So I'm gonna just kind of do this quick comparison because I have these loaner ones here. That's the benefit of being able to do videos. This is kind of a neat comparison. So you can kind of see here that there's a substantial difference. See this giant core area here? This gives you a lot more, like this is gonna be scientifically proven to be the perfect elbow height as opposed to when you unzip this window, it's going to be lower and you just have this little bar here. So you have quite a different in quality, and that's the difference between the Twill and the stock vinyl upper. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with this. It's just if I decided that if I'm going all in on this upgrade, I'm going in with the high-end stuff, and you can just see the difference and how much more rigid this is as opposed to the metal framing in this one. So I thought that would be a kind of a fun little thing to show off here. So hopefully you guys appreciate that and the difference between the Twill and the regular vinyl uppers. I like it. I think I went the right way. I still love that. And off we go. First drive with the corridors I'm still a little bit giddy. I'm just kind of excited at how unique and different this is. I'll tell you right off the bat, even though I have, as you guys know, I have a loud muffler on this thing, or a loud exhaust, so it doesn't sound that much different in here. So that's pretty great. I'm gonna say that even though these are super thin, I don't hear a lot of road or engine noise. This just feels really quite normal, and there's not a lot of rattling here. This is kind of way better than I expected. I thought, you know, you have to settle with some of these things. Something that's unique is that because the mirrors are mounted lower, they are now not electric mirrors, but they are actually a little bit lower. So that mirror over there is down quite a bit. Oh, interesting. We got a coyote. I wonder if we could pick that up on this camera. We got a coyote crossing the highway here. Hey, buddy. You're a little guy. So, initial impressions are, this stuff is good, super high quality. You could just see it. Here we are going 50, and other than hearing the rattle of the zipper handles, there's nothing. It definitely gives you a more lively experience inside here. The Jeep feels more alive right now just because there's a little bit more movement from the window panels here, and it's kind of invigorating and cool. It's been a unique process to watch everybody go bonkers over the JL and getting Gladiators. This right here is my way of reinventing my Jeep and making my JK just a little bit more relevant and a little bit more, just getting me more passionate and more fired up about it again. And it's working. This is great. First with the little bit larger tires, now with the Bestop doors. All right, so we're going 70. And as you can see, there's what do you think this should be like at 70? It's pretty calm. I'm gonna do a road trip. Of course, you guys will be all on board for that, but here you go. 70 miles an hour down the highway. GoPros are still on. This is definitely manageable, like beyond expectations. This is great. Now you guys may be wondering why I went with the corridors first. Well, that's because I'm Jason, I'm Jeepin Jason. I do things a little bit weird. You guys may remember my very first Jeep video was just throw a winch on the Jeep, go drive it, and then just immediately slap 37-inch tires on this thing and then work my way around the suspension. So I'm starting with the doors. These things were the thing that I was most passionate about when I was at the SEMA show last year, when I looked at the Bestop booth and saw these. I was like, holy mackerel, those are gonna make a big difference. And they do. This is super livable. Now, as soon as we get off the freeway is where we go to the next phase, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to take these off, and we're gonna convert this to off-road mode. Open the door. Let's convert this to off-road mode. All right, so first up, let's take out the panels here, because that is one of those redonkulous things. And that's just moving all these little tabs and pulling that out. Come on. Let's put everything in the back here. And last but not least, that took about 5 minutes. I will need to get a better storage for that, but in 5 minutes, I just transformed the Jeep to a highway interstate driver to a tube door fun rig, still with mirrors. Let's go climb this hill and get in the dirt. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. Now there's a fun saying, I'm a motorcycle guy, and there's a fun saying that knees in the breeze. Well, I'm coming up with one for this. Toes out the doze. That doesn't really quite sound right, but yeah, this is so much fun. Oh my. This changes everything. Wow. All right, so there it is, the Bestop corridor upgrade to the Jeep. Am I stoked? I'm beyond stoked. This has exceeded my expectations on every level so far. It's gonna be a fantastic addition. I'm falling in love with the Jeep again, and this is just the beginning of the upgrades to come. So, until next time, thank you so much for watching and enjoy your drive. I'm saddling up and heading to Colorado, so stay tuned. There's road trips and upgrades, but right now, it's watch that sunset for the rest of the afternoon. Let me share this with you. Right? This is the stuff right here.